welcome to another installment here on the Special Educator series. I'm your host, Tom Hankins, instructor, tutor, consultant, and musician. Today's episode is going to be an inside look at some of the studio tech that I'm using. If you recall, I had a video that I put out not that long ago that had to do with the studio build. So let's go into some of the equipment that I use here. Before we get started, our motto, critical thinking with a twist. And let's just go over the contact information. For those of you that are watching, obviously at the bottom left, you've seen this before. For those of you that are listening, let's go over this. Our website is tsegrp.org, tsegrp.org. Direct email to staff members, including myself, at the main website, host at tsegrp.org. Again, host at tsegrp.org. Facebook and X are the same at tsegrp. Pretty simple, tsegrp. YouTube, a little different, tsedgrp. Again, at tsedgrp. Instagram, The Special Educator. I'll spell it all out, The Special Educator. All right, let's get into this. You've seen this before. All my little dancing icons for like, follow, subscribe, get notified, questions and comments. Please, by all means, anything that you do to click in the affirmative, say just hitting like, helps the algorithm, if you will, know that we're getting some popularity, at least some views. So let's talk about the digital audio workstation. I'm just going to let the music go kind of in the background here. It should be light enough now. Let's be on replay. Let's go right to my digital audio workstation. Now, as a musician and somebody who's worked in the music business, I decided, after looking at all the options that were available, and I've had a few others before, to go with PreSonus. I use some amount of PreSonus stuff on the live performances, so I've learned to trust their quality build, and I've had pretty good luck with their stuff. Anyway, Studio One Pro 7 is the latest iteration. I've had it ever since 6 came out, and they've upgraded it ever since. The biggest thing about this is, if you look down, I mean, it's on sale. You can download it and do whatever. I am just going to go over some of what it has. It has a very good workflow setup. Built-in launcher, splice integration using their system. It's a sample library. You can just kind of splice things in. AI-powered stem separation. In other words, you can take tracks and you can separate out different parts of it. Deep Flight 1 is a sound set that they use. Global transposition, and everything you pretty much need. I'm going to go over here to recording, editing, mixing, mastering, and of course live performance modes, which makes it very interesting for me. It is also designed for composers. 45 native effects are included. And go through some of these. And let's just go to here. Next is audio interfaces. Now, what I went with is primarily for podcasting and content creation. I went with this, the Revelator IO24. It's a 2-channel input with combined quarter-inch TRS as well as standard XLR inputs. You have presets. You have 2 different sets of presets. You can control your mix level, your mic gain, phantom power, all that stuff from the front page. What makes it interesting, let's go to the back here, see if you can see the back. The back does have headphone out, MIDI in and out. It does have a security key capability. It is bus powered via USB-C, and it does have left and right main outs. The one thing it does not have, and this is the only thing that I'm really it does not have a line input, so you can't like plug in an accessory device. But what you really need to know about this is you do have the basic Studio One access, but you do have what's called, they call it universal control. It's built in. The real point being with this, that you can have a lot of your software functions that would normally go to your CPU done by the interface itself. For example, you have stuff such as this. Let me pull this down so you can see. So if you take a look at this, you get an idea here. You have settings in universal control. You have presets, but you have high pass filter selection. You have gating, compression, EQ curves, limiters, and then you have voice controls, which are basically such like slap echo and standard vocal effects that are very common. All of your mix controls can be done over here on the right, your main mix, your phones, and your blend control. And then everything you're pretty much going to need down here at the bottom, if you take a look. 2-channel inputs, you have playback, you can rename these as anything. 2 virtuals, reverb control, which is independent from the controls up here, and your master, and you have headphone settings, and you have stereo and mono capability. It's very useful. I found it to be a very good tool to have for just quick access. And like I said, the main benefit is a lot of this processing is done by the interface to decrease the load on your CPU. Very good thing to have. I thought it was good. Anyway, let's then go back to let's see. Let's do controllers. There we go. There it is. I also have this here, the Atom controller. Now this is the 16 pad controller, and I find it very good for just mixing beats. You do have the pad tap functions. They are velocity sensitive, and there's all sorts of controls on here. You do have to be aware that it is a very thin, it does have a key lock feature here, and it is USB powered. It's not USB-C. It's not anything that requires high speed anything. You can just use a regular one. At the time right now, you can see that they are sold out. I managed to get mine at the same time. I got the Revelator IO24 and the Atom controller, and along with upgrading to the Studio One Pro series. So that's basically what we're dealing with to get stuff into the mix. These are things that you can certainly work with any type of microphone. It doesn't matter if they're condenser or dynamic, plug-in style through USB. You would be covered with this type of gear. And you'll also find every now and then, like I go through Sweetwater, but you can go anywhere. You'll find that PreSonus does a couple of times a year, and this is how I benefited from it. The gear here, the Revelator and the Atom, went on sale. And basically you can find them for pretty decent prices, brand new. The only thing I suggest, stick with brand new. The software license that comes with them gives you right into Studio One, the basic. We'll call it the artist mode is what they like to refer to it as. And it is more than sufficient for what most people would want to do starting out. I'm a little bit of a snob because of my live performance stuff, so I went with the Pro function, and I also got the Plus, where it's just an online subscription and you can share with other people. But that gets to another point. Anyway, we're past 10 minutes here on this one. I am going to go back to bringing the music up here for you while we get ready to pass off here. So, once again, I'm your host, Tom Hankins, instructor, tutor, consultant, and musician, host, chief cook, and bottle washer of the Special Educator Series. Our contact information, I'll review it one last time, tsegrp.org, tsegrp.org for the website, host@tsegrp.org, host@tsegrp.org for the email, Facebook and X, TSEGRP, again, TSEGRP, YouTube, a little bit different, TSEDGRP, TSEDGRP, and the Special Educator for Instagram. Once again, thank you all very much. Hope you have a great new year, and I look forward to putting out more video content for you. Again, make sure to like and subscribe if you want. Thank you very much. Take care until next time.